Bill O'Reilly recently lowered the bar, even by Fox News standards, in a segment where he just demonized the homeless. Watch this, but try not to throw up.
Enter the busiest train depot in the country, Penn Station. In the past year, it has really gone downhill.
Do you guys come in and out of Penn Station often?
I do. I commute from New Jersey.
Does it affect you psychologically when you see homeless people in and out of this area?
Sure. Yeah, I think as a human being, you can't help but see that and feel something.
I see the upswing. I see a lot more people basically living here.
Living here?
In the stairwells, in the back areas.
When you're here and you see homeless people in Penn Station, how do you react?
It's kind of heartbreaking to see other people who don't have houses and don't have money to buy food, and it's a possibility that they could die from that.
In Penn Station, you're not allowed to loiter, sleep on the floor, or panhandle. These violations should get you either kicked out, fined, or thrown in jail. Technically, you're not allowed to loiter and panhandle.
Right.
Are they enforcing that?
I don't think so. I really don't see them moving them anywhere. You just saw cops walk by and they didn't talk to him. They don't talk to any of the guys.
You live here. Do you sleep here too?
Yes.
Are you allowed to sleep here?
Yes.
What are you doing here at Penn Station today?
Nothing much. Picking up cans and bottles.
How much can you make off recycled cans and bottles?
You make $20 a day.
And I survive off of tips that people give me.
Do the authorities here allow you to sleep here?
They let you sleep up until a certain time.
Do the authorities ever give you a hard time?
No, they don't bother me. I don't bother nobody.
How long have you been homeless?
Oh, it's been like since 2005.
You don't have any health insurance?
Oh, sure. They give you that when you get on welfare.
How'd you wind up in this situation?
Drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Crack.
How do you make money?
Prostitution.
How do you make money to get by?
Oh, I have a pretty good stipend from the federal government.
Do you have any addictions?
Drink.
Drink?
Yeah.
What's your favorite drink?
Beer.
How many times have they asked you to leave Penn Station?
A couple.
Do you think you need help with your drinking?
No.
Do you have rum in your pocket right there?
Yes, I have Bacardi in my pocket right now.
Are you allowed to sleep down here? No? Do you ever sleep here? For how long?
8 hours.
Do you ever feel scared when you see homeless people here?
Yeah, because you never know what they could do.
I was attacked going up the stairs one time. They just walked right up to me, grabbed my face, and he was just like talking craziness. And I was just going to work.
He actually grabbed me for money. He asked me, not so much as politely, it's very aggressive when they touch you. I felt very uncomfortable and threatened.
I had someone pick up a chair and wanted to hit me over the head with it, when I asked them to leave the premises.
How long have you been in business in Penn Station?
1987, so 28 years.
There's more homeless now than ever. I don't know. I think it's the mayor's fault, to be honest with you.
Do you see a change in the level of homeless activity at Penn Station under de Blasio?
I see more homeless. I feel bad for a lot of these people. I do try to help them out, but at the same time, I don't like when they affect our customers.
Sometimes they'll stand in front of the store, we won't notice it right away, and they're panhandling.
I'd say when Giuliani was mayor, I saw more enforcement. Every morning we have to mop the floor for human waste. So, if we really want to help the homeless, I have a heart like anyone. Why aren't we doing more?
Is what is now you commute. You go through Penn Station every day.
I do,
right?
every day.
So Giuliani and Bloomberg, the two previous mayors, their dictum was you can't stay there if you're homeless, because there are homeless shelters where people can go in New York City, and you have to move along.
Right.
You just can't park yourself there. But under de Blasio, that stopped. Is that what you were seeing?
I've noticed it, especially this winter. It's the worst I've ever seen it. It was little tent cities. You're stepping over people with animals, with supplies. There's new synthetic drugs now where people go out of their mind. They're very unpredictable. A lot of people are being attacked. And there's plenty of money to deal with this. They have a $78 billion budget in New York. Why can't they get these guys in really plush homeless shelters? It doesn't make any sense.
De Blasio does not want to enforce what they call quality of life crimes, which is what these is. All right, what is good report? Thank you.
Now, the first thing that I want to note is the racial undertones in this story. think about the stories that they were talking about. Oh, this guy, he just attacked me, he was acting crazy, and they did this to me, they assaulted me. And how many white homeless people did they get there? See, you just see Fox News even more so pushing that racial bias. Now, another thing was the implicit moral repugnance by the fact that these people, they resort to prostitution and welfare to survive, and that they're on drugs and they're addicted to alcohol. I'm sorry, but if you were starving, wouldn't you resort to all these things too? Isn't that instinct? Isn't that human nature to want to survive? It doesn't make sense to me how they're outraged by that. And furthermore, the fact that, oh, is that alcohol you have there? Let me see your pocket there. Is that alcohol? Well, yeah, wouldn't you be drinking? I would try to be liquored up. I mean, I don't drink that often, but if I were homeless, the pain would be so strong that I don't think I would ever want to be sober. So, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? How do you make yourself happy? How can you create any type of happiness for yourself when you're in this horrible situation? Now, also, I wanted to show you guys a photo. Look at the way that Jesse Waters was standing. He was, like, way far away with the microphone. He didn't want to get close to these non-human vermin, these filthy animals. I mean, look at that. I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but doesn't it look like he was just standing way far from them, just trying not to get near them? It's disgusting. Now, when it comes to homeless shelters, that's not really a viable option. Bill O'Reilly brings it up and says, yeah, there's homeless shelters. It's going to house all the homeless people. Bill, you've never been to a homeless shelter, obviously. You've never, like, been to a soup kitchen, anything like that. These are tremendously overcrowded. They are so overcrowded. There are so many people who don't get into these. And in a lot of places, they allow people with kids and whatnot to go in over other adults. So this is why you saw a lot of adults without children and whatnot. So you don't even understand what you're talking about. How could a homeless shelter be a viable option when they're super tiny, they're super overcrowded as it is? So he's just super ignorant when it comes to this issue. Now, I agree with the last guy that says that more needs to be done to help, but come on, Jesse Waters, don't act like you care about these people. You just sat there and dehumanized them. You spent probably a whole day talking about them, and you were probably disgusting. I bet you were like, ew, I gotta change out of these clothes. You're sitting there in your multi-$1,000 suit, just berating these people who are just trying to survive. Okay, so these moral Puritans, Bill O'Reilly, Jesse Waters, you no longer get to talk about Christianity. You no longer get to tout your Judeo-Christian philosophy as being superior to everyone else's, because obviously you don't follow by it. You're not following your own God's teachings, okay? So that's disgusting. So you don't get to use that card anymore. You don't ever get to speak about morality now because of this segment. It's disgusting, and it just outraged me when I saw this. And the more that I think about that, and when I was preparing notes for this segment, it really made me angry. It grossed me out, because how could you do this? I mean, these are people, and you're sitting there treating them like animals, and just dehumanizing them the whole time. I keep saying dehumanize because that's what they're doing. I mean, they're not treating them like human beings. They're saying, look at these filthy animals. And it's something that's so gross. How can we in 2015 not even have empathy? I mean, these are human beings. If you were in this predicament, you would want people to have some empathy, to try to feed you. But no, you're not even interested in solutions. So don't bring up, oh, homeless shelters, more needs to be done, because you don't care. You've demonstrated you don't care by the way that you were treating them, by the way that you were talking to them. So this is just sick, and this is really one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen from Fox News.